What is the best chair for under $500? That is a question we are always aiming to answer on this channel, and recently Hayworth has thrown their hat in the ring as one of the major players in the entire industry to try to tackle the $500 chair problem with their recent edition of the Breck. Today we are going to compare it against the famous Steelcase Series 1 and see if one of these chairs could come out as the best chair for under $500. When looking at the build and design of the two chairs, they're about as close as it gets. Neither is going to be high-end, but they do have some solid components, and they have the aesthetics of a chair that looks like it's priced much higher than their actual price tag. The Breck is usually priced a bit lower than the Series 1, but both chairs will be around that $500 mark or under, depending on how you spec them out. Both come with industry-leading 12-year warranties and are really solidly built for that price range. When looking at the seats, the pads themselves are very similar. Each has a firm seat pad design with a bit of flexibility that allows for better movement. While both pads are firm, I do think the Series 1 feels a bit softer, but it also feels like it bottoms out a bit sooner. So there is a bit of a trade-off here. I think the Breck would be better suited for 5+ hours because it doesn't feel like it bottoms out, but it doesn't feel as comfortable as the Series 1 for the first 4 hours. One major advantage the Series 1 does have on the Breck is that the seat depth is much more functional. Both chairs are small overall, but the Breck seat feels quite a bit smaller because the seat depth is shallower. I'm 5'9", and it feels like the Breck seat is barely too shallow for me, so anyone taller than me is likely to have a problem. The Series 1 has a deeper seat, so it can work for people that are up to about 6 foot. If you're looking for the best value possible in the same price range as a brand new Breck or brand new Series 1, then check out BTOD's refurbished Leap and Amiya chairs. They're 50% off retail prices and still come with a 12-year warranty, 30-day free returns, and free shipping. The backrests have a similar look, but they feel quite a bit different. They both offer good breathability. The Breck uses a polyback design, while the Series 1 uses a mesh design with Steelcase's Flexor system that has horizontal support bands. The Breck has a higher back, and the backrest has a bit more flexibility, while the Series 1's back is shorter and more rigid. Due to the short backrest on the Series 1, it's not ideal for people over 5'10". The top of the backrest just isn't high enough to provide optimal support for most people over that height. Since the Breck's backrest is a bit taller and flexes more, it will work for people in that 6'1" range and under. The Series 1 backrest feels a bit softer because of the padded mesh, but I can feel the bands running horizontally, and I'm not a huge fan of that. The Breck has a polyback, so it's just harder overall, but I like it better because it doesn't have bands that make it feel awkward. As far as lumbar goes, I think they are both terrible. Neither of them do much in terms of support, they feel cheap, and I think the chairs would be better without them and just priced a tad bit lower. We'll continue the theme of these chairs looking almost identical as we shift focus to the armrests. Their design and adjustments are about as close as it gets. Both arm packages are very functional, and because they each have 4-way adjustment, you can use them in almost any position you need. Both have good ranges in all directions as well. The ranges they offer will be much better than almost any chair I've seen in this price range. The one major difference between the arms is going to be the pads. The pads on the Breck are much softer and therefore more comfortable to me. The Series 1 arms have hard plastic aside from the very middle of the pad. So resting your elbow in the middle of the pad is fine, but the rest of the pad is just uncomfortable hard plastic. This is my biggest disappointment with the Series 1 because Steelcase has some of the most comfortable arm pads in the entire industry. The arm pads on the Breck are not game-breaking in terms of build, but they're soft and comfortable on the entire pad, so overall I think this is a huge win for the Breck. The last area we will look at is going to be the recline function. Just like the rest of the chair, the reclines are extremely similar. I'm not really a huge fan of either though, to be honest. Both chairs feature a weight-sensitive recline system, and instead of a rocking motion, they both chose that hip-thrusty recline pattern. I do not like this. I think it feels awkward, and it doesn't offer a comfortable, relaxing position when you want to kick all the way back in your chair. I do like the Breck a bit better here though, because it has multiple backstops, while the Series 1 only has upright lock. The Series 1 also has a boost mode for the tension adjustment, but I don't feel that it has much of a difference. The only other difference that I found between these reclines and the backrests is that the Breck reclines a little bit more forward, and you can get the back straight up and down, whereas the Series 1 will come up and have a bit of an angle. The Series 1 has an advantage when it comes to seat depth adjustment because it does a better job of fitting individuals with longer legs, but most of the other factors make me lean towards the Breck. I like the Breck's backrest, arms, and recline better, and it's priced lower than the Series 1. They have almost identical builds and the same warranties, but they're both going to have fit issues, catering more towards smaller individuals. If neither chair looks right for you, check out our office chair cheat sheet down in the description for more comfort rankings on a ton of different chairs.